there has been a strong sense of national pride as we've commemorated Anzac. And so I wanted to continue that theme today in our Sergeant session. So I've identified that the New Zealand Herald, for their 150th anniversary, selected 10 New Zealanders that they identified as the 10 greatest New Zealanders. Now, obviously, there will be people would come up with their own lists, but this is the list that the New Zealand Herald came up with, and so it's the one I'm going to work with today. So, I wonder whether, before I start into it, whether this table might be able to identify one person who is on that list.
Sir Edmund Hillary.
Well done. That was easy. Well, someone else? Aha, well done. Okay. And we'll just take at rent. Yes?
Catherine Mansfield.
There you go. So, well done you. Those are 3 people who are on the list, and there are 7 others on the list as well, so let's have a look at them. So, the first one that's identified, can you read that at the back? I hope so. So, Wuramu Tamahana, and as you can see, he was selected for his vision of Maori destiny. Now, who can tell me then what was his greatest achievement? What was his greatest achievement? Did I hear anyone say the King movement? Aha, so you all need to pay up then. His greatest achievement was the King movement. So he formed the King movement to address a perceived threat to Maori land and way of life. And this was, however, seen as a threat by Pākehā, but seen as a threat as an obstacle to them establishing British sovereignty. And so Pākehā invaded the Waikato in 1863. So that was his greatest achievement. Under what circumstances in the 1920s then, following on from that, was he vindicated? So there's going to be a lot of money going to the pot today. A lot of people don't know about the very first of our national heroes. So he was vindicated in the 1920s because the Crown admitted that it had breached the Treaty of Waitangi by invading Kingitanga and by unfairly branding Waikato as rebels. So I hope lots of money is going in. Have we got our 2 helpers, by the way? Colleen, are you got the money? Oh, you'll take it out later? Cool, brilliant, thank you. Okay, number 2. Ernest Rutherford was mentioned. Okay, and what year did Ernest Rutherford gain the Nobel Peace Prize for Chemistry?
31.
I haven't heard it yet. Goodness, a lot of money is going to have to go in today. 1908, he gained the Nobel Peace Prize for Chemistry. The Nobel Prize, forget the word peace, Nobel Prize for Chemistry, thank you.
Money from you.
And money from me. Fair enough, okay. And he did have 2 other major achievements. Does anyone know what they were? Yep, so he established the model of the atom. He transformed nitrogen into an isotype of oxygen. And got that one?
Yeah.
Okay, and got the money too, I hope. Right, number 3 was also mentioned, Catherine Mansfield. So, interesting. I hope you can read the small script that I put there, just some interesting points about them. So, name 3 of her short stories, please. Yep. 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 Okay, Okay, if you can name one of them, that's cool, you don't need to pay. If you can't name one, then please pay up. So the Garden Party, Bliss at the Bay, Prelude, Miss Brill, the Doll's House, A Cup of Tea, Mr. and Mrs. Dove, A Married Man's Story are some of them. Okay, number 4, Michael Joseph Savage. So, Michael Joseph Savage, he was the architect of the welfare state. So where was he born? In New Zealand, Australia or Britain? Aha, those who knew it was Australia, well done. Those who didn't know it was Australia, please pay up. And what were some of his achievements which are still valid today? Yep, so the Social Welfare Act, certainly, of 1938. And do you know some of the things that covered? Yep. Okay, so included free health, universal free health care, maternity care, a means tested old age pension at 60 and universal superannuation at 65 were some of them. Cool, next one. I hope you're all paying up large for your lack of knowledge. Finishing now? 5 minutes, oh cool. Okay, so you identified Edmund Hillary, of course, as one of the people on this list. And of course, his greatest achievement, it's quite poignant that we are celebrating what he did today, given the situation in Nepal at the moment. So I was interested in that second paragraph there, although he's widely quoted when he and Tenzing conquered Everest as saying, "We knocked the bastard off." He later stated, "It's not the mountain we conquered, but ourselves." How many expeditions were there to Everest prior to Edmund Hillary succeeding? 15? Well done. 15. Those who didn't know 15, please pay up. And then Kate Shepherd, of course. So, what was the vehicle that Kate Shepherd used to give women their voice? Sorry? The petition. The petition is what I was thinking about, yes. And although women won the vote in 1893, how long was it before they could actually stand for Parliament? Was it 6 years, 16 years, 26 years or 36 years? It was actually 26 years, yep, a long time. And how many years was it before there was actually a woman MP? 19, 29, 39 or 49 years? Actually 39 years, yeah. Okay, and then we have Aparana Nata. So, just very quickly, so how many years was he MP for Eastern Hutt? Does anyone know? Was it 18, 28 or 38 years? Sorry? What did I do wrong? Okay, it's all right. 38 years is the answer to that one. In the interest of time, we won't go into his many achievements, but there were a number of them, obviously. Jean Batten was on the list. So, in what year did she touch down in Auckland, flying from London to Auckland? 1936 is the answer. And where did she actually land in Auckland? At Mangere Aerodrome, okay, and she was flying a plane. Anyone who didn't know it was a plane needs to pay up. It was actually a Percival Gull. And how long did it take? It actually took 10 days and 21 hours. And then we have a wonderful woman, Fina Cooper, who became Dame Fina Cooper. So where did she start her tireless journey when she took the hikoi from where she started to Wellington? Where did she start? Okay, Te Hapa, she actually started from. And the last question there, how old was she, in her 70s or 80s? She was in her 80s, that's right. Okay, and who do you think the final one is?
Francis.
It could be. Who do you think it is? Okay, it's actually Richie McCaw. Okay. Right, and so we all know what his famously darkest hour was. And then how long did it take before the All Blacks gained the only award that had been worthwhile talking about? And it was 24 years. Well done, everybody. Pay up large. Thank you very much.